Hey, did you guys know that in Canada, we have a candy made by Nestle called Smarties that are like chocolate covered, like little candy things. Candy coated chocolate. But in America, Smarties are like chalk. Edible chalk. And did you know that in America you have a dollar that's worth a respectable amount of money, and then in Canada we don't? Hi, everyone. Since I brought it up, I want to talk about the fun conversion. 5 Canadian dollars is $3.70 American. So, it's cheaper to donate to me than any of your American streamers. That money goes a long way. Anyway, yeah, today we're doing a content. We're doing some content. We could be doing some more Splatfest. We could. So why am I not? Well, I have to be frank. When I finished the stream, I played more. I played way more Splatoon. I need a break from it. So we're gonna be doing something else now. What that something else is Rumbleverse. Because it's on the schedule. But when the evening calms down a bit, we might switch for a couple of hours of Splatoon. Because starting today should be the triple battles. And I haven't had much of a chance to do them in the test fire. So I want to give them a shot here. But for now, we're going to do a bit of Rumbleverse. Recently, they dropped some news that like there's going to be a mid-season patch, which I'm happy to hear. I don't really know what it's going to address, because I don't know what they've been taking note of. But I do know that they were going to talk about it in a recent stream. Speaking of other recent streams, like I said, next week I'm going to be slowing down a bit. There is going to be a Monster Hunter stream, because Title Update 2 drops tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but like next week. And, you know, there's just going to still be some sporadic streams here and there, but I'm not going to be posting a schedule. You're just going to have to follow my Twitter and see when I'm posting. Like I said, as I calm down and I open up my availability for employers. Now, let's get in the spear tackle simulation. We're in it. It's very quiet. And it's because I turn the game down when I play it by myself. So, there was some weekly challenges, and they were just literally like, do max of each ability. So, arms, core, and legs. Somehow core took forever. Legs and arms I was able to find relatively quickly in most of the matches that I did, and I was able to max those out instantly. Core was the one I had to really fight for. I also hit the Champion League. I made it out of the main event league. Part of that includes another piece of the legendary luchador outfit, which is literally just elbow pads. But hey, we're almost done. There's just 2 more pieces left, which you get from the Champion League here and the Legend League, which is going to be the boots and the mask, respectively. I don't know if it's in that order, but I would like the boots. Just around the lookout. The mask could be cool, too. Absolutely not going to complain.
Hello out there, Rumble fans.
So the reason I brought up Smarties and stuff like that is because I'm eating some right now. We have the chalk candies here. In our country, they're called Rockets. They're not called Smarties. We got a bunch of them for the kids. Because my niece and nephew like to drop in every once in a while. But I'll eat them. When my brother talks about them, he says, like, they're not good, they're just nostalgic. I explain that they're tasty because they satisfy the urge. The very human urge to want to eat chalk. All right, we're just gonna warm up here. We're getting our footing. It's been a bit since I've played. There's been a lot of Splatoon and a lot of basically any other game. Ow! I blocked knowing that he was gonna run and grab me. Shit. Cool. I'll just take the powder you left here, man. That's on you. I bullied you away from the buffs you were going to get.
There goes the ring. More and more of the island is now off limits.
Oh, he dead. Oh, I made myself wide open. Do better.
One elimination from one of our most promising competitors.
Dare I do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Ooh, well, never mind. Just toss that out. Chicken. The rest of the buffs here I want to focus on is just attack up, and that's going to be what I prioritize. Lucked out finding. Usually that place isn't this empty. Usually everybody's at the pool trying to get the crates.
The ring is shrinking. This means less scenery, but more throwing down.
I see a gold crate over there. Come on. Come on. There we go. Hey. It was worth risking it. Alright. So we've got max buff. Super mode. Really the only thing we're lacking right now Oh, he got me. Are we both gonna charge at each other with chairs until one of us wins?
Looks like it hurt.
And you're dead.
A replay on that one.
All right. Get good. Not bad for a warm-up match. Yeah, you do you. I like Atomic Punchline, but I want to get the Dolphin Dive Diamond Crusher combo. Let's see. You think you're so smart. You think you're so smart?
This out. You've got a match to win.
Huh? I got stuck. That got me, huh? Didn't kill, though.
Oop, incoming. Here come the loot crates. It's showtime.
This might kill, though. And you don't have super.
Humanity. Incredible elimination.
Unfortunate, man. You really could have used that super. Would have saved you from the death. Man. That sucks. Alright, let's see, let's see. Let's just finish that off so I can cap up. There we go. Anything besides full health is going to put me at risk, so I need to make sure that I'm at the top of my game. Hi. He grabbed me, of course. Yeah. Let's, bunch of free superstar stars. I'll steal those. Yeah, superstar ready. It's just that easy.
I hope there are no people who take that personally. It's all. Down the road.
Where'd they go? I have the object permanence of a toddler. I genuinely lost them. I think they're up there, but I can't climb fast enough. I'm here, I'm here.
Who's gonna get these beautiful grapes? 5, 4.
Really? Hey, do you know any other moves besides Sumo Slap? Oh no, you have Choke Slam. Okay. Are you gonna Sumo Slap me again? You should totally sumo slap me again. It'll be so funny.
What a display!
I wasn't calculating that. Okay, she wants me dead. That's unfortunate. Because I'd like to be alive. I have meditation, so I should take advantage of that. This little corner of the wall ain't gonna be in the zone for much longer. I think you're cute. How did that not connect? Genuine question. Oh, for fuck's sake. It won't kill. Yeah. It's going to take them a bit to get back up here, so I have a second or two to regen some health. So it's not the end of the world, but it's still a frustration. Come on. Karma. Yeah, there's no other food around. Damn. Yeah, figures. It was a baseball bat and I had like 10 HP. I ain't too salty. Ooh. Ooh, the creaking. Me old bones be creaking. That's a voice. Alright. 2 more foods. Finish that challenge. We're almost at the end of the thing. I could just buy it. The game gave me 200 bills. I could just bang 1, 2. Yeah, fuck it. Powerful belt. Wearing this vintage belt is technically free advertising for squats, but it's also fashionable. I want to lose the shirt. There. I'm a force to be reckoned with.
Welcome to the Rumble.
Nice. Waiting to grab from the reverse throw. That's tricky. Give him all the credit. Let's head over to the city. I feel like the highway is always like a nightmare.
The match has barely started and I'm already exhausted from excitement. Somebody grab me some electrolytes.
Doot. I'm expecting the same thing. I'm not following them. They can have fun. I'm busy. You don't have to be kill hungry in a battle royale. Fights will come to you, and when they do, you can win them. Because you're prepared and smart and capable. And very good looking. Yeah, let's just get punchline. Oh, fuck. Alright, with the chair.
I can't get enough of this kind of action. Our competitors are on their feet, trying their best to avoid being stuck out of bounds. 9, 8.
He ain't gonna be camping, is he? No, I don't see him. He probably just ran. Let's just keep moving. Keep moving!
There you go. That's the action we're here for.
I ain't gonna get kicked out of the game this early. Please tell me that's food. Food. And I'll take Ruby Crusher. Big old sip. I've got Superstar, so even if I die, I'll be fine. We're in a good position. Not the best, but stable. It's definitely where we are. We got a lot of wiffle bats. Ah. It's a sleepy day for me. Like I said, my niece and nephew were over earlier today, and it sapped a lot of my energy. Great kids. Not here to, like, discredit them on the internet. No, they're wonderful kids. Very imaginative. Reminds me a lot of me at that age. Who always had, like, little adventures, and I made up a fake city in my room. I was very inspired by some of the stuff I ended up watching on the internet. I was a big fan of this terrible, like, claymation series that used to be on its own exclusive website. I wish I could remember what it was called, but it had, like, those blue claymation people. I was inspired by it because I thought it was like such an interesting thing to do, and I thought stop motion was so cool. And it looked like fun. Like a fun way to express yourself. Okay.
I can't believe it. What a display!
But you know, you get inspiration from everything. These kids, I don't know. These kids aren't like tablet generation, you know? I would almost argue that I was definitely a kid raised on the computer, but not intentionally. It's just that we really couldn't afford to do much else. You know, my family couldn't really go out on trips. Our neighborhood has like one park that I would go to down the street. So, you know, I didn't really get to do a whole lot. Didn't get to see a whole lot. My brothers made sure that his kids get to, like, see and do a bunch of fun things. Get involved in stuff. It's really sweet. All of this to say, my nephew stole my wallet. He didn't get away with it. Bear in mind. He was playing pretend. I was in my room, I was, like, doing my own thing. Because I didn't want to bug the kids while they're playing. I didn't really know how to interact with them properly. I still don't.
This is physical smash mouth rumbling.
You're gonna try to bait me out to a chase and then grab me at the end of the chase. Okay. But no, yeah, they were playing pretend. Part of that included borrowing things from around the house because they had to keep track of them.
Fearless contestants can't handle.
I forget the game they said they were playing. My niece said that they were playing Nighttime, where we have to make sure we have everything at nighttime. Rip. That missed completely. Me, huh? Ooh. Cool.
It'll take more than that to knock their opponent out of this game, but it's a good start.
Woo! I hate the spit. I think it's a dumb move. It shouldn't be as effective as it is.
Looks like you don't want to get on their bad side, folks. Oh, up to the skies. There's more loot incoming. Is this the end? I'm on the edge of my seat.
Oh, dang it. No, no, no. Stop. Whoa. Boop. Bop. Alright, we got a kill. And it... We almost got a chicken. Oh, what up, Fawn? Oh, shit! Hey, yo.
What a treat to watch a contestant like this. Let's see what they do.
No, 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 no. Okay. Let me get the diamond breaker. Thank you. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Read that. Thank you. Alright, that's part 2 of my amazing combo. I need to land it, though. This is a small circle for 11 players. As is tradition. Good block. Sure, boop, boop, boop. Got Irish whipped into a kick. Oh. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm definitely out. Okay, so that's 2 sumo slaps in a row. Is the only move you know sumo slaps? Thanks for pointing. You didn't even do anything. Imagine taking credit. Eat while hungry. Chat, you better be eating when you're hungry. I want to change out of the chicken head. We're going back to the spikes. We're out here like Road Warrior.
I can't wait for today's match. I think you're wondering why my voice sounds so smooth. It's because I've had hot tea with lemon and honey.
That line was probably ad-lib. Makes me want a tea.
As we wait for the go-ahead to get started from the refs, let me remind all of you watching at home that unauthorized recording of this broadcast is strictly prohibited by PBS. Violators are subject to a severe penalty by the refs, which may include being shot out of the cannon and forced to endure a body slam of a lifetime.
Man, you don't get those kind of warnings in a pay-per-view. Could you imagine that before a pay-per-view fight or something? Like the next WrestleMania, it just says, like, warning, unauthorized recording of this event will result in you getting your ass beat by Brock Lesnar.
Welcome to the show. To all the brave competitors.
Big will sit.
Ready for the fight of your lives.
That's fair. Really? It's more like a gentlemanly disagreement, this fight. Oh, I missed the grab. You may just have me here. We'll see. We will see. Yeah.
Learn as much from failure as they do from success. And the ring is closing in.
That was a quick one. Curling mustache. And he has one. He's Pringles out here. It's Magneto. Looking like Pringles. Where your curly mustache at? Yeah, that's Battle Royals, you know.
Look at this beautiful weather we're having today. It's
Some matches you get into and you immediately get floored. At least in this game, it's not as... Because it's all melee, it's not as bad as, like a shooter. Because I feel like in those situations, it feels like there was nothing you could do. In, like, your 30-second deaths in, like, a Fortnite or an Apex, right? You spawn in, you don't get a gun right away, you're next to a team that took the guns, you're done. In this game, you at least get a fighting chance. And I feel like that was a pretty good volley until I lost. I can't be mad at a fight that felt like it was genuine. That, like, the competition between us was fierce. And that we understood each other, we were reading each other's moves, got the download, all that other fighting game stuff. The only real deaths that frustrate me in this game is when it's very clearly spam. Like, yeah, you sure did press one button at me. That's not gonna kick him off. Hi. That'll kick him off. Bop! Bop! My tower. I own it. Ooh, tackle up here would be brutal. I don't think anyone's going to climb back up here. I don't think they're going to risk it. There's not a whole lot of loot. Oh, I spoke too soon. Feel like a boss fight waiting. I'm like Red in Pokemon Silver. Just waiting at the top of this mountain, like, come on, bitch. Oh, let me land it. Let me land it. It'll be funny. No, let me land it. It'll be funny. It'll be fun. Dead. I mean, I stole that kill, but I'll take it.
This contestant just proved they're a force to be reckoned with. And I hear they've also got a great eye for interior design.
Nope. Shit.
You have a competitor like this.
Okay, okay. We ain't done. We ain't done. I didn't hear no bell. I'm just gonna run away now. Eat a chicken. Nothing here. We gotta get into the city proper. Ooh. So yeah, like I was saying at the top of the stream, I have been playing a lot of the Splatfest. I did want a change of scenery. Though we will probably jump into a bit more Splatoon later on. When the triple battles start. I think that starts around 8. See ya. Oh, you coming back up? You want to do that one more time? Yeah, one more again?
I'm almost speechless. What an awesome hit.
Oh, you really wanted to get that tackle off. Okay, that's 2 in a row. One more. Come on. One more spear tackle. I know you want to. Here, I'll do it. In a row.
And consider sending them a get well protein casserole.
Good strategy. Just use the one move over and over again. That's my fighting advice, you know? Your special attack is your strongest move. Why would you not just do nothing but your special attack? Hey, I got followed by a bunch of bots. I looked at my phone and I saw, like, oh, you have, like, 7 or 8 notifications on Twitter. They're all, like, you've been followed by a bot that has commissions open. Are there legitimate artists who do that? Who, like, have Twitter bots auto-follow anyone that you feel like would be a source of income? Or anyone that says the words art in a tweet? Do they also know how bad that gets, considering furry Twitter exists? Damn, that guy's schmoovin'. Like, it was always a funny thing when I was on furry Twitter, and I'm like, oh man, I need to get a commission of very explicitly not safe for work thing. And then I would get replies and follows from very, like, I don't know, from very obvious bots that say, like, you were looking for art commission and work? Like, they would DM me. Like, hun, I'd like to see you attempt to draw this. Yeah, you beat the shit out of that mailbox. Gonna reset the queue here. Is the game giving me trouble? No, it seems to be fine. Oh yeah, the goth outfit's back on sale. If that is a thing folks are interested in. It comes with facial piercings, full face makeup, leather vest. Oh, one of the outfits is on sale in the game right now. Also, what's up, Foxy?
Play a small role in the continuing glory of the Rumble. It's been a part of my life since I arrived in Capital City as a small child, and, well, I'm just so honored to be your idol.
It's just counting over him crying.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, just talking about the stuff in the shop. There's an NDA, so I can't speak too much about it, but they did send out some surveys recently regarding microtransactions in this game, and I gave them my honest opinion on that.
Could you do me a solid and wait to wreck this plastic until after I get my lunch order?
So I'm hopeful that other people who saw that survey put in their 2 cents as well. Because I'll be real, some of this stuff is pretty pricey. No. It's mine. Ooh, I'm still in the building. And that's your first and last mistake!
Oh, the signal from the refs, and there goes the ring.
Right, and eat this up. I got the attack powder. He never saw it coming. It's the peripheral vision in that chicken mask. Man, the moment this game adds like a varsity jacket, that chicken mask is gonna get popular. Don't get hit while I drink my buffs. Yeah, fair. That engagement just wasn't... That wasn't going my way. Any healing items? No. Beware of falling wrestlers. No, my chicken, no! No! I stole that from the trash. You go over there. There's gotta be more food here.
Can't believe it. The ring's closing in already.
Oh, come on. Yes, okay. I just love that that's a challenge you have to complete. Eat while hungry.
More crates coming right up.
All right, let's head back up there. I want height. I want advantage. This man in a horse mask and a Hawaiian shirt isn't intimidating me. Nor is Mr. Clean over there. Okay, I'm a little intimidated, actually. Shit.
Well, sometimes that happens.
Sometimes that happens.
Wow, that ring is getting small. Luckily, our competitors are still super huge.
Man, that dog barking is so... I thought that was my neighborhood.
If you're just joining us, contestants are still arriving at the bar, but they should be launching into Gravelous City
Ugh.
any minute now.
Yeah, how are folks in chat doing today? For me, it's a very sleepy day. Very chill. Just trying to read my magazine, buddy. Oh shit, this one overlaps the mansions. Not quite, actually, but this neighborhood usually has some good shit.
Hey, Grapple City, these competitors are out here fighting for you. Make sure to send them a nice thank you basket of protein muffins.
There we go. Good start. Some damage up and a full chicken. Yeah, sure. It'll do for now. Would not be my first choice, though. I could risk those crates. Within the count, I could probably get them. Do that again. Get the fuck out of here. Off the trampoline.
But it's a good start.
Come on, where are you? I missed. Bonk. Dead. I mean, I wouldn't be disappointed if I did like a body slam on the ground and it gave me a Gatorade. Good dodge. Ooh, he got me. Yeah, that's a true combo. Buddy, you've got a few pieces of the legendary luchador gear. You should know about the knockout system.
But the greatest competitors learn as much from failure as they do from success. And I get the sense this competitor has learned a lot.
Yeah. The fact that you can't hit opponents on the ground outside of elbow drops is honestly a decent idea, considering, like, if you could just keep hitting opponents, you could get some really nasty loops. You get some really terrible infinites.
Look out! There's more loot on the way!
What's on the menu? Ah, it's illegible.
Everyone loves a cannon firing. Everyone except my cat Mitten.
Look at my legs.
Counts, little buddy.
Why were they so squished? Oh, they get squishier. That's terrifying. I gotta go back up there. Ooh. Yeah, let me squish those legs down. Gotta do my leg exercises before I go out there. Oh! Lot going on. Ooh, he's gonna drop. Oh, bye. He wasn't gonna pick a fight. Did you just run off? Yeah, fair. I would have done the same thing. I ain't dealing with that shit today. 30 seconds into the match, I'm not going to get into a fist fight. Especially when there's slim pickings out here.
You're still alive. Now be careful. More competitors are squeezing in.
Yeah, sure. We'll join the dark side. Fuck. I pressed the wrong button. I'm also sorry if I sound a little under the weather. I think I might have caught a cold. The sudden temperature drop hit me like a sack of bricks, man. I'm glad that it's cold out. Like, finally, God.
Look at that. I can't believe it. What a display. Incredible. I can't get enough of this kind of action.
Man, Sumo Slap, like, the annoying thing is it doesn't really do a whole lot of damage.
Can they capitalize on it?
It just hits you a lot.
Too comfortable. The ring is closing in. Maybe just
How did you think that was gonna go?
get up.
Gosu. Not Goku. It's with a C.
Oh, here we go.
That should have counted.
Beautiful. I never get sight of those crates falling. Thanks, refs.
Alright. Let's go. I think I've made my point. Ah, shit. My buttons are so loud on this controller. You think it's a land chat? No.
Don't get left out in the cold. The ring is on the move.
Probably knows I'm on the chase. Game really didn't want me climbing that. The geometry really disagreed with me. That didn't really work out for either of us.
Can they finish the fight? The ring is shrinking. Get to know each other.
I was desperately trying to jump over the fence, and I got stuck on it. Burning through these challenges like it was nothing. Yeah, see, goth clothing. I kind of want the piercing set, because why not? But I wouldn't pay $20 for an outfit I'll never wear.
Welcome back to
I've already done that in too many other video games.
next round of the Rumble. And I, for one,
And I need to control myself when it comes to microtransactions in video games. Unless they are provided. So hey, if Iron Galaxy, if you're watching and you like my streams,
the bar for some complimentary treats while you wait. Just remember that outside food, drinks, and other items are not allowed in
you know,
Capital City
hit me up.
while the match is underway. Anyone attempting to
I'll become a full-time Rumbleverse streamer if you sponsor me. And send me a bunch of free stuff.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, let's go.
Just like that, it's already time.
Well, good start. I'm gonna go. Get the chicken. I should have saw the grab coming.
Wow, they're squeezed together closer than if they were flying coats. I brought my own coat.
Hey, yo. There we go. Eat a chicken. I ate while hungry. We can move on. I love being up on the trees, because, like, it's super easy to climb trees, just nobody does in this game. Trees, if you ever get into playing this game, trees function like big old squares. If you hit the grab button, like the B button, or whatever it is on, I think it's F on keyboard, you'll just latch onto the side of the tree, and then you'll be able to climb up. You can double jump, just climb up to the side, and boom. Lots of stuff on trees. Out of reach of players who don't know what they're doing. Good way to navigate grassier areas. Super nice in final circles. And if you have trouble getting the jump correctly, usually you'll find a tree next to a bouncy object. Like a car, or in that case, a hot dog stand. They cleaned this place out, man. As expected. Oh, but they left this. My red juice. My Mountain Dew Code Red.
The ring's closing. I hope no one's claustrophobic.
Pop. Hey, let's Azuna drop you, actually. Dead. Jesus, Fiend.
Oh, these crates drop so fast. You'd think they'd be a real health hazard. But it's nothing our fearless...
Ooh. Okay, go. Go, go, go. Cool spear tackle.
reels until the end of time.
That's exactly why I made the go live notification. Tim.Kate, I was eliminated by a spear tackle. Because, yeah, it's just gonna happen.
If you'll excuse a bit of sentimentality, I just wanted to let everyone watching or competing today know how much it means to me to play a small role in the continuing glory of the Rumble. It's been a part of my life since I arrived in Capital City as a small child, and, well, I'm just so honored to be your ABS announcer. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bullying. Burp, burp, burp. Da, da, da. No, no, no.
How it all gets started. The competitors have touched down in Capital City.
No, I just got here.
I'm almost speechless.
That should give me enough time to drink this. No. Okay. No, we're good.
Devastating move there. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Ooh, good dodge. No, actually, you I ain't done with.
That one's for the highlight reel. Grab the last bit of loot before you're caught outside the ring.
No. Oh. All right, we're cool. We're cool. We're all good. No issues.
There we go. That's the action we're here for. That's the kind of move that can really define a fight. That's a fair hit. That looks like it hurt.
Oh, hey, another streamer. Yeah, Sumo Slap seems to be a really good chain that you can fit into a lot of moves, but yeah, it's not like the strongest thing you could do. Oh, it's that guy again. Well, I'm just gonna go. I'm sure you understand.
When the ring shrinks, the action increases.
Right, let's just keep going.
The victor of this explosive competition.
No need to slow down. Nope. Ah, shit. Mid-drink.
9, 8,
Oh, you think you're cute, huh?
7, 6,
I'd like my powder.
5. Whoa! Looks like the refs are launching more crates into the ring. 2.
Made it. Alright. Let's get up here. He wasn't gonna go after me. Alright. And we'll take Choke Slam. Choke Slam me, daddy! Oh, I missed.
Seven, 6.
Okay. I don't know what happened there, but something happened. Get a little bit of stamina. shit. No, no, no.
When you have a competitor like this, nothing can keep them down. They're back in it.
Yeah, nah. Yeah. Nah, yeah, nah. Yeah, nah, yeah. There we go.
Good match.
You know, yeah, that happens. We got to final ring a few times though, so I'm not gonna get grumpy about it. Five more crates and that's done. I do like that there's the concurrent, there's the leveling system alongside the, I love that you have the battle pass, but like outside of the battle pass you have your league rank. So like even if you finish the battle pass, you have something to level for, or even if you don't have the premium one, you can bother to do the weeklies because you want to gain levels and get fan mail.
Drinks and other items are not allowed in Wrestle City while the match is underway. Anyone attempting to bring in items from the barge will have them confiscated by the refs.
That's a good look, honestly.
Look out, Gravital City! The Rumble has officially begun!
As I'm digging through the trash, I'm reminded the Kiki Sensho, friend of the stream, and friend in real life, but just friend, but also friend of the stream. She's beginning her move. She should be on her plane to Oregon right now. I have so many friends on the West Coast. I should just move to America and move to the West Coast already. I mean, the only thing stopping me is money and my ability to drive, because I would want to transport, you know, everything that I have here to America. And of course, if I had to move to another country, I would probably need a work visa. Or something. Because I am technically an immigrant. While they don't care about white immigrants, they still want to make you do the checks and stuff. So maybe I should just move to the west coast of Canada and then drive down when I have the budget. You had another plank of wood. Okay, let me guess. You have a third?
Massive hit there! Superstar, I'm ready for this.
Die. Wouldn't let me block.
The ring is shrinking. This means less scenery, but
Pop! Absolutely messy fight, but we got there in the end.
looks like you don't want to get up their bad side, folks.
You missed with the poison slaps.
These crates drop so fast, you'd think they'd be a real health hazard. But it's nothing our fearless contestants can't handle.
Die. If you please. Okay.
Ooh, you know, I thought this competitor was done for, but they're back on their feet. Shows how much I know. There's no question about
I missed the grab.
this Rumbler is playing to win. The clock never stops ticking, and the ring never stops closing in on our competitors.
I'm just gonna eat this chicken. This dude's getting to be a thorn in my side. I missed completely.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Okay, 4 HP, I'll take it.
And they're back up. Oh, this is what makes the Rumble so thrilling, folks.
This dude sure is something. Not who I wanted to hit, thanks.
Yes, that's an elimination, folks. But I have a feeling this isn't the last we'll see of this competitor.
He made a friend. It's because they're in the same outfit. They get along. That's how it works. It's why you're friends with everybody at your job. Look, man, one of us is gonna have to change.
The energy on the boards today is unparalleled. Today's match is bound to be incredible. And any one of these competitors could be victorious.
Now I'm getting my ass beat. What up, Vincent? How's it going? It's pretty good. Very sleepy day. But, you know, I scheduled, so I'm going to stream. Might be a little shorter today. I'm not sure yet. All based on my energy levels. But I'm feeling pretty good. Got a few final circles. No wins yet, but I'm calling all of this a warm-up.
The Rumble has officially begun.
Pretty slow start, pretty quiet. I spoke too soon. There's a horseman. No! He got it. Oh, if I caught that midair, that'd be amazing.
Stops ticking, and the ring
Can't beat him, join him.
closing in on our competitors.
Good block. Didn't work out for you, though. Am I no better than the people I bemoan for using the tackle? At this point, yeah. Because that fight was just me doing spear tackle a whole bunch. But it's come to this. I'm not above it. It's still broken. It's my stance. It's still broken, but I'm using it now. Shit. Already? That missed?
Going into overdrive. I hope they stretch beforehand. I'd hate for them to cramp up.
That missed? Okay. Okay, if you're sure. Like, if you're sure. There we go.
Incredible elimination. It's that time already. The ring's closing now. It can move pretty quick, so the contestants have to react fast if they want to stay in the competition.
I got him. Oh, no.
What I call the Rumble.
Oh, shit. Okay. I didn't know you could combo off the Cosmo shot, too. That's new to me. I don't have any food.
Oh, here come the crates. The competitors must be thanking the refs right now.
Yeah, you're so good. Because you drop kicked me once. I'm gonna change wardrobe. It's good luck. Boom. See, let's rock this outfit, but I want to add the belt. I don't know what the belt says. I mean, it says Squat's Chicken, but I don't know what it says in the outfit, you know? It says something. I'm absolutely crushing this.
The sun is shining on Graphical City, and the games are about to begin. I'm your host, Skip Legraday, and I'm thrilled to be here with you today.
Work it. It's like a deadlift belt, I think. But it's thick.
If you're just joining us, contestants are still arriving at the bar, but they should be launching into Graphical City any minute now.
It would be cool if there was an item that is just like a wrestling belt.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. City, these competitors are out here fighting for you. Make sure to send them a nice thank you basket of protein muffins.
I'm so sorry for my performance today. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. I'm gonna blame the colder weather, the rain that's coming in. You know, something in the air. Oh, shit! Oh, God, oh! Okay, now we're fine. I thought I was gonna go all the way to the ground. Alright. Now I just need damage up. Which could be anywhere.
Don't get too comfortable. The ring is closing in.
Yeah, no, let's just go. Let's just go.
8, 7, 6, 5.
Take some food for the road, and then just go. Pop, pop.
Eliminations look easy as no simple feat. Oh, but this contestant certainly has that ability.
Bink! Alright. Good dodge. Oh! No, that's gonna kill.
What a recovery. I can't believe it, but they're still in this.
Yep. Oh!
That's an elimination, folks. But I have a feeling this isn't the last we'll see of this competitor.
That's a rough one. Good on him, though. That was a solid combo. I didn't think he would commit to the elbow drop just because there were so many people up there that he could have been fighting. That, you know, like, why would he chase me down when he's got to deal with all this shit? Oh, creaky. Creaky boy. It's not just the chair, it's the... Or it's not just the mic, it's the chair now. My room is just full of creaking things. Turns out when you buy metal stuff, and it's the cheapest it could possibly be, it's not the highest quality. It's spreading. I mean, my joints are already creaky as all get out. I think I'm starting to get a bit of RSI, so I put some compression bands on my throne. Turns out playing your Nintendo Switch in bed for 6 hours a day at various uncomfortable positions might result in your wrists hurting the fuck up. And the funny thing, too, is at my PC, at my desk, I have a mouse wrist rest and a keyboard wrist rest. I interchange them, because the keyboard one is fine, but it's a little... It's taller than my keyboard, so it's not as comfortable to use. But it's still nice to have the padding. The mouse wrist rest, I feel, gets in the way of my mouse movement. I'm very much a... I very much move by the wrist, which is not how you should use a mouse. Because that results in RSI. But I find it gets in the way of a lot of finer movement. So I just end up skipping it. Which, you know, I'm suffering for. So this is your life lesson here. If you get a wrist rest of any kind for your mouse, don't skimp out on it. You know what? Consider an anime boob mouse mat. The shape is genuinely comfortable. That doesn't have to be anime titty. But like that shape, like with the divot, is actually really nice. Both my brother and I owned one. I bought mine as a joke in high school. Because we went to an anime store downtown. I don't remember exactly what it was called. And we saw them there. And I thought, like, hey, fuck it, I'll buy one. Because, haha. And it ended up in my closet for, like, ever. I think my brother was dared to buy one. Or it was gifted to him by one of his friends. And his now wife found it in his closet. And ended up using it because she has, carpal tunnel. And she's the one who recommended, like, yeah, they're actually genuinely comfortable to use. I'm getting comboed. The skill cap went up on this game, man. Jesus. Exactly. So yeah, I think I've talked about this before, but I have a big idea for some milestones as they come up. 500 followers is definitely going to be an AI-generated cocktail stream. 1,000 followers, I'm getting a tattoo. Everything else in between, I'm still working on. But I do want to set some stuff, like some shorter-term goals for subs, but I don't know what yet.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, generated cocktail sounds dangerous. Well, I'm gonna make sure not to make any that are actually, like, contains chemicals. I'll have to vet them, but... Or no, it'll be better... I'll get someone else to vet them. I mean, either way, I'd have to buy the ingredients, is the problem. Might have to get my buddy over when he's got a free weekend from work. He could bring over, like, I'll give him the money for the ingredients, and he just gets them and doesn't tell me what they are. This is partially inspired by me rewatching a bunch of old Wayne Radio TV streams, and one of the ones he did was called A Iron Chef, where he had to prepare a bunch of shitty meals made by an AI. Some of them were genuinely terrible. But I feel like it's going to go less badly with alcohol. Are you trying to bait me with the chicken? That's a clever play. I can't even be upset. That was smooth. They had chicken out and then immediately switched to a baseball bat. Oh shit. That's gonna kill. I'm just gonna go. I'll go. You're dealing with your own stuff. I don't want to get too involved here. What could go wrong with alcohol? I mean, I have yet to get a hangover. Yet. And you want one? No. I don't think anybody wants a hangover. I just think that my chances of getting one are pretty slim, considering how much I've drunk in my lifetime and how I've not gotten one yet. Freaky.
There goes the ring. Get moving.
Oh, he made his voice heard. That other person slapped me out of the air.
Incoming. Here come the loot crates.
Ugh. These matches are getting bad. I need to wake up.
with a booth to keep you entertained. They're all just, off mic, hanging out. Without me, well, I'm here, working.
I was doing some setup stuff recently as well. I bought this phone arm ages ago, and I was worried about how well it could read my face from where it was sitting. Then I thought, like, okay, a bunch of people who I've seen with setups have the phone under their monitors facing up. So then that's where I ended up pushing it. And then I ran some tests, and yeah, no, it seems to read my face fine. Which is honestly pretty nice. Now I just need to figure out how to hook it up to VTube Studio. And I need a model still. The Splat Tim thing was a one-time only. I'm sorry if anyone had fun with Splat Tim. But hey, you know, my birthday's coming up, and you know, be a really nice gift would be, no. If someone did buy me a VTuber model for my birthday, I would give them head on the spot. I would stop whatever it is I'm doing, travel to their location in the world, and just give them sloppy toppy. They're expensive, though, so I don't feel like you actually have to. I might end up doing a fundraiser for that at some point. Because I know I need to get... Well, I want to get it drawn by one particular artist, who I know is, like, at reasonable prices. But then I also need to get it rigged. I'll figure it out. I love it when you get people who run up to you and, like, you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to drop kick. You hear the sprinting. You see them coming. They're gonna drop kick you every time. Bop! Someone once said they give me a head at Overwatch because of my healing ones. See, that's just respecting your healers. That's the bare minimum. If you heal in an MMO, if you heal in a shooter, you deserve a little head. As a treat. If you play a healer in Final Fantasy XIV, I respect you, because I don't get it. My brain is small, and I just want to hit things with an axe. I thought I could get the grab off. I could not. So this dude's strategy is just to spit. Yeah, you sure are spitting. And I mean, it worked. So I can't be mad. It's just... You know, press other buttons on your controller, please. Yeah, there it is. Dude. Eat the chicken. And we're good. Got plenty of super. I'm moisturized. I'm in my lane. I walked away from that fight. Shit. Are you gonna do the punch again? Yes. The answer is yes. Come on, one more time. Yep, there it is. You punch and then you dodge.
Amazing form. Oh, but can they follow through?
No. I don't even know where they went, not gonna lie. Plastic chair. I'll take this. I need this. It'll help me in the fight against Frieza. I missed.
Feeling generous today. Crates are incoming.
All right. You missed too. Hey, Miss Bros.
This hit. Can they finish the fight? Out. I hope their opponent didn't.
Pop up.
And keep your spirits high for the rest of the match, for the rest of the day, even the rest of the week.
That worked out. I'm gonna stand here and heal a little bit. Now, I do hear people coming, but I don't think they see me. I'm pretty sure I look exactly like a bush. And no one will ever be able to tell.
Got him.
Got him. I just need an attack powder. Maybe there's one in this gold crate.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Nice block.
Is this it? Let's hope this isn't the end.
Nice block. Okay, so are you gonna do something other than? Okay, no, you have that grab. You have Diamond Crusher and Sumo Slaps. You're not gonna do anything else? No, yeah, there's Sumo Slaps again.
What I call the rumble.
And there was the grab. Okay, come on. There's Sumo Slaps again. And Diamond Crusher.
They can capitalize on it.
So I'm gonna stand up, and am I gonna get Diamond Crushed again? I'm gonna get up on this tree. Oh, hi. Anyway.
Whoa! Looks like the refs are launching more crates into the ring.
Anyway. I'm gonna die. So I just need to be not somewhere where there are people and regenerate some health. This might not go well. Full transparency, I don't think this is going to go well. But we'll see. I got this. I am capable. I was blocking, and that apparently didn't get blocked. Now she's going to sumo slap. Yep. I'm going to stand right here. She's going to attempt to sumo slap me again. I need food. Where is food in this map? Whatever. Hey, I got the skills to make it to the final circle. I got the skills to finish the battle pass. I don't need to prove myself. I've played a considerable amount of this game.
Here on the boat, you can see the beautiful city from one side of the boat and the open sea on the other. I don't know about you, but that wild blue horizon calls to me sometimes. But I can't go. There's too much action and excitement right here at home.
You can't best me. Wallace and Gromit looking ass.
And it's all. Anything can happen now. Watch your back.
It is always morally okay to steal from the rich. If you see nice things in somebody's backyard and you want them, take them. How's it going, Leica? Let me interrupt your grab there for a moment. Let me butt in. Oh, shit. Give me that. Oh, give me that. Big old sip. Pretty stacked with buffs now. I just need to get my hands on some damage up. This will get my damage up, hitting someone with a chair.
It's still anybody's game.
Bop. Yeah, I'm good, actually. I've decided I'm fine. I'm just gonna leave. Nice miss. There's been a trend I've seen on the internet that I absolutely love. That I've quoted a few times. Oh, God. Magnetized to me. I've quoted it a few times on stream. Where it's like the phrase, like, when you do something and you go, Like, haha, get blank, idiot. Am I lagging? I mean, I'll abuse it, sure.
Speechless! What an awesome hit!
So, you know, like... Haha, get bonked, idiot. I'm not exactly sure where that phrasing came from. But it's something I quite enjoy.
There goes the
It has a nice flow.
more of the island is now off limits.
Oh, that's a fight. So much of the internet lexicon has infected my brain. Thanks to some idiot on OkCupid, I now can't think of the phrase. I now have to say, like,
Today, crates are incoming.
I have a habit of reading squart in my head. There's a very good image that the BattleNet launcher had at one point, where it said, like, Blizzard is now hiring, and it had a typo in it, and it said, "We are looking for Snart." And it was very funny, because it's a picture of an orc on the front. So everyone was like, oh, the orc's name is Snart. They're looking for him. Like, my brain is just full of useless information. Approximate knowledge of many things. I could quote to you most vines. That's not going to make much of a difference because...
The ring is shrinking like my favorite sweater. The hard way you have to hand wash wool.
like, Vine's been long dead. It's almost a decade now. And, you know, like, road work ahead and fucking... Still one of my favorites is, this dude's like, detective, this is a crime scene. And he's, like, looting through the fridge. And he's like, what is this, the murder weapon? Get off my dick! I've sent that to multiple people, being like, yeah, that's just Disco Elysium, if you want a summary of the game.
Family-sized portion of squat chicken that come back from that one.
I sure hope it do. It's very funny these days being on, like, interacting on websites like Tumblr, just because it's like... Tumblr is so self-aware of its self-destruction and its death. Basically, they're gone to the point where it's now just like... Yeah, if it wasn't for the porn ban, we would be in a golden age on the website, basically. Because all the shitty people... Damn, that was smooth. Like, all the shitty people grew up or left. And there's a new generation of young, overly woke folks who are yelling at celebrities on Twitter. So now, Tumblr's just full of a bunch of old people who used to be involved in fandom, who are just so exhausted with everything. But everyone thinks it's dead. Nobody goes on there, so it's like the best social media site right now. It's like when you live in a neighborhood that people call sketchy, and there's like a really good restaurant you love eating at, but most of the reviews online are like 3 stars or something. It's like, it's not the best, but I like it here. I come in, get a burger, and I go. Like, shit, if I pull up Tumblr right now, it's gonna be a banger, guaranteed. Well, that's porn. That's a WoW screenshot. It's more porn. It's more porn. That's a shirt from a thrift store. Three and a half stars is the sweet spot. Yeah. Was it Freddie Wong did a TikTok about that, where if you go to if you're looking for a Chinese restaurant on Yelp, you want to look for 3.5 stars, because cultural expectations on how service works is slightly different for Westerners. So, like, staff will be rude to you at a 3.5 star restaurant, but the food will be amazing. Oh, shit. Oh, that's funny. Honestly, I'm fortunate enough that I, like, live in a big enough city that I can experiment, or I know about places that are basically through word of mouth. You go to the cannabis dispensary and ask the ethereal bud tender to surprise you with something fun and fruity, and they pull out 6.9 grams of a strain whose name is your entire first, middle, and last name and your date of birth.
Did someone just throw a baseball bat?
Patch that says service dog, do not pet, but it's on a punk jacket. Patch that says in training, ask before petting, but it's on a punk jacket. Patch that says this machine kills fascists, but is on a service dog vest. You shouldn't have to pay for the dentist. The dentist should pay me for satisfying their weird fetish.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
See, there's bangers on this site. That's why everyone steals jokes from Tumblr.
Upon us. Can you feel it? It's like a hot desert wind.
You and your ska pants think you're better than me. You've proven it, actually. I'll just be over here. Just scrolling through Tumblr now while playing video games. Oh, that's just a picture of Splat Tim unphotoshopped. That's actually terrifying. I need to show y'all this, actually. I have it in another chat. But you want to know what Splat Tim looks like unphotoshopped? It's spooky. Right? Monitor. Right? That's Splat Tim. That's... I hate it. It's not the same. There's just something so uncomfortable about this image. Thank you for the hydration reminder. Tinsel is unrecognizable without makeup. Oh, God. Anyway. Sorry, I think somebody's name in this lobby was Gandalf Mecha. I tab back in, and that's the first thing I see. Nice whiff. Hey, are you gonna do that again? Oh, come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy, have some more.
Get any smaller? Oh wait, it can!
Oh, now he's hey, you can't do that. Only I can heal.
Beautiful! I never get sick of the sight of those crates falling.
Ah, shit. You play duos? Not with, strangers. Just only other friends. Sorry. But right now I'm just doing some solo matches. There we go. Nice hit. Oh, I got him!
Might be looking at a new champion here.
That was smooth. I'll take Diamond Crusher. Thank you. Hey, no worries. I understand. You want to play with folks. I've been there. I need a couple more attack up.
Heads up! The ring's closing now.
It's you again! You and your ska pants. Yeah, understandable. Oh. Brain. Did... That dude wasn't even involved in the fight. Just shows up last minute. Boom. Spear tackle. And off he goes.
Now, folks, while we wait to get started, I can tell you that the view from the barge is, well, just absolutely beautiful. It's breathtaking. There's simply nothing greater. Unless you're afraid of heights.
I'm gonna sneeze.
9, 8,
Stretch. Get my ass out of the chair. The zone's always got good shit. Always got to check this place out. Trust the pool. The water tower is just going to be a fist fight. There's going to be a good dozen people up there slapping each other for a single buff powder. You're better off going somewhere like this. A bit more spread out. More items, more opportunity. Honestly, I've said it before about this game. You have, like... There are a couple of spots with very high concentrations of items, but you never have to... Not to the same degree as any other Battle Royale. You don't have to worry about high loot zones, or whatever. Rare loot zones. Because I found really good shit in just wandering the map. There's less of a reliance on, like, ultra-rare drops. Especially since, you know, your only guns are your fists.
Are squeezing in.
And this little spot. Oh, this place has already been picked clean. Wait, no it hasn't. Perfect. And atomic punchline. Excellent. Ain't no way I'm gonna get my ass beat by a guy who dresses that terribly.
One's for the highlight reel.
Hey, can you press any other buttons? Do you know how to press any other buttons, man? No, it just seems like you know how to press the sumo slap button. Because you seem really good at the sumo slap button. Alright. Hey man, whatever works, I guess. Just a little frustrating. Like I said, I don't get upset at fights in this game unless it's just, you know, press A button. It's exhausting. It's not fun to deal with. Like, that dude just did sumo slap at me 5 times in a row. It wasn't really a fight. It was just press a button and win. Exactly. So I'm a little salty about that one. But I ain't gonna get mad. I have to stop getting mad at video games. I learned that with Splatoon. Me getting angry at that one mission in Splatoon 3 made me realize how silly it is that, like... It's a video game, dude.
Could you look for my lost cat? I can't find Mittens anywhere. He's my world.
I wonder if that gets resolved at some point. You know, like Knockout City has, was it Chonky? It was the old school mascot before the school got torn down. And it's a little armadillo in a party hat. And you can actually find him in random spots on the map, and he shows up in a couple of redeemable items that you can use on your character. Things like that. Did that really miss? God damn. The grab didn't go through in time. Whatever, not a real fight. So it doesn't count.
Make sure to grab some tasty Squat's chicken, now with extra bones.
You stole my kill, and for that you must pay.
Oh, here we go. Squeezed together closer than if they were flying coats. I brought my own drop. Holy smoke! Brilliant elimination!
That was janky as all get out, but that was fun. Grab some powder. Man. I missed.
The tension's rising as the ring continues to progress. It's time to watch. Get up!
Is he gonna do the punch? Yep. He really shouldn't have, because he would have survived if he didn't. Did he drop the magazine? Yes. See, sometimes pressing one button for the whole fight isn't gonna work out.
Right on cue, new loot. If any of our competitors are low on goodies, they'd better head for a drop site.
Dude. Hey, sweet.
shake cooler tomorrow. Lady, move there! Let's see if they can capitalize on it. The ring's closing in. The contestants had better stay inside if they want to continue their defeat.
Nice. That was a good combo. How are you able to roll mid-combo? Whatever. That's gonna kill, but I have a res.
It's amazing to see what these competitors can recover from, isn't it? This out. You get a match to win.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah.
And they're out. Sorry, folks. This is the end of the road.
It was a good fight. 21 wins, though. Nice.
There goes the ring. Get moving.
Folks are doing well. I apologize for the less than ideal amount of energy I usually bring to a stream like this. A bit more low-key today.
If you're just joining us, contestants are still arriving at the bar, but they should be launching into Capital City any minute now.
As I've already explained, there's not gonna be a schedule for next week, as I'm prepping for real life shit, so I gotta deal with that. But there will be announcements on my Twitter and on my Discord for when I go live or what I'll be playing. Spoiler alert, it'll probably be Splatoon, but also Title Update 2 for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. So they're going to be checking out the new monsters with that, all the new gear, etc. But it's going to be pretty light, probably fairly short streams. Nothing too exciting.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Just because I, doing my own thing.
1.
That my own thing being, I'm looking for a job, and I'm trying to make sure that my availability is open as possible.
Weakness is upon us. Can you feel it?
It's like a hot desert wind. Hi. Alright. This dude's got some Galaxy Brain plays on him. I mean, that doesn't do any damage. You know that.
The
Like, spoiler alert, the charged vicious attack doesn't do any damage. It just does knockback. That didn't connect, huh? Yeah, I should have saw that one coming. Not a great round. Bing! There's these little guys here on the sunroofs. And there's these really low poly gentlemen. Looks like a WoW model. But why, though?
Keep holding, runners. We're setting up all of the premier loot drops for you now.
Hi. It's me. I'm a wrestler. Huh.
If you'll excuse a bit of sentimentality.
Oh, God, I'm so tired of hearing the sentimentality line.
More competing today know how.
Anyway.
Right here at home. 10, 9, 8, 7.
Right on the crane.
Down Gravital City. The Rumble has officially begun.
I am worried. I won't last long on this crane. What'd I say?
Stunning hit, but not quite enough to KO their opponent.
I want to go back up. I want to go back up there. There's a bunch of crates. No, climb it, you absolute buffoon. There you go.
The ring might be shrinking, but the mayhem's just getting started.
Yeah, let's get a look at these guys. Look at them. I'm kind of enamored by them. So much detail, but also so little detail.
It'll take more than that to knock their opponent out of this game, but it's a good start. Oh, brilliant elimination!
Anyway.
Got him.
Got him. Try and do that away from the mic so you don't just hear me sniffling the whole time. It's a cat in a suit. Kill him. It's Raymond.
There's the signal from the I'm gonna need a replay
Boom.
on that one.
Oh, dang, nice. I haven't touched New Horizons in a while. I'm afraid to log back in because I know for a fact that my town is just gonna be skeletons. But I kind of want to remake at some point. I might do that for stream.
I hope their opponent didn't take that personally. It's all part of the rumble.
My town's been consumed by flowers. So yeah, like, I loved the flowers, and I loved breeding them. And I made sure to have, like, one of every color at one point. I'd like a little flower patch. But there are so many! Alright, big slap into the Irish whip, into the sumo slaps. That would have been a good grab opportunity, and he missed it.
The ring is closing in.
The one thing I liked about my town is I had, like, a bunch of things set up that I had built. And the one reason that, like, I just didn't keep up with it is just I was not making money. I couldn't keep up with the turnip trade, and I needed, like, millions of bells to get everybody's houses in a position that I wanted them in.
Opponent's gonna be feeling that one. Like you don't want to get on their bad side, folks.
I'm out of stamina. And I'm dead.
Oh, they're unstoppable. Look at that. I thought it was over, but they're up on their feet.
Nice kick. Ooh!
But the greatest competitors learn as much from failure as they do from success. And
That
I
chain.
sense this competitor has learned a lot.
That's neat. Anytime somebody manages to land a chain of, like, an attack followed by a vicious. Like, I know most vicious attacks have a bit of magnetism, a bit of tracking. But it's still such a delicate thing to land. It always impresses me. What I got a bra and some boots. Your performance is like a Punch Face movie, only better. Don't tell anyone. Got some red, white, and blue boots. All kind of goes together in a theme, I think, because I have a bunch of items for that now. Because let's see, I've got Got the elbow pads. Got those in that shade. There's the spandex pants. I have the bronze silver now. The belt really adds to it. I don't have a matching luchador mask, though that would really tie things together, I think. I wish I thought more about house placement. It's just kind of all over. Yeah, the one issue that I had was, like, I didn't build any bridges, and I didn't have... I think if I did it now, I think you can give new villagers, like, the pole and the ladder and stuff, so they can just go. So what I might do, if I ever remake, is I might get somebody to drop off all the tools. Then I'll put my villagers where I actually want them. Look, I might also get a better island layout. Who knows? But that might be a thing to do in a future stream if people want that.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Rumble, sponsored by Squat's Chicken. When you find your opponent, tell them Skip Leggerday sent you. We went to high school together, so they'll know who you're talking
I do
about.
think, though, that, like, for all of its limitations, because when when New Horizons came out, there was no little guys buried in the ground. I almost want to say, like, Yo-Noids, but that's not them. Like, we didn't get Red until a few months in.
Wave to your fans. Now give each individual
A lot of the updates were pretty, like, lackluster. But I think, considering that the game managed to come out exactly at the beginning of lockdown, it was very necessary and a cozy distraction during a difficult time.
3, 2, 1.
I remember I would bring it to work. And I would have it on my Switch, because I would do my dailies over my lunch break. You know, I'd hit my rocks. I'd dig up my fossils. I'd do a little bit of fishing.
There's tension in the air. The game
And I remember getting, like, strange looks from my manager that, like, he would look over and see me fishing in a video game, like, what? It's relaxing. He didn't get that concept despite the fact that he did a lot of real-life fishing. I thought he would have gotten a kick out of it, out of anybody, but apparently not. I think for the exact time that it came out, and the exact itches that it scratched, Animal Crossing New Horizons was a really good game. It's what the world needed.
The ring's closing. I hope no one's claustrophobic.
And then, you know, all the bad shit happened. Because it was funny, like, I saw the overall tonal shift between the Animal Crossing community. When you would see posts about New Leaf, there was like the Amiibo update for New Leaf, which added like support for the Animal Crossing Amiibo and stuff. You would see a bunch of posts on the Animal Crossing Reddit like, "Oh my god, you can sit on a rock," and everyone losing their minds, and a bunch of people being like, "Man, the Animal Crossing fandom is great compared to most other fandoms in Nintendo spaces." And then, you know, the time travel discourse happened. And the disgusting villager discourse. There were people who were like legitimately saying like, if you're mean to your villagers in video game, it just tells you how you treat people in real life. I'm like, not really. I can kind of see what you mean, but I don't think most of these people would go that far. You interrupted my grab, sir. I'm insulted. You know, like, that's a startup. You could follow up the dolphin dive, not just do nothing but dolphin dives. Like, these guys are just doing nothing but dolphin dives at each other. And at me. Alright, drop kick, drop kick.
But at least they get to spend time in a spacious new locker room. Here we go. That's the action. Fight to your last breath through the air like meteors from beyond. There's more crates coming your way.
Bop, bop. Once we got an ugly hippo guy, my sister bullied him to try to get him to move.
It's amazing to see what these competitors can recover from, isn't it? I can't get enough of this kind of action.
Oh, dang it. No, no, no.
It's all over.
Damn.
Game.
I remember getting a bunch of villagers that I didn't really dig in New Leaf, but I didn't care. I think one of my very first villagers in New Leaf was, Cyrano. He was just a weird anteater looking guy with a flame t-shirt. I was just like, alright. He's here, I guess. I don't have a whole lot of favorite villagers. I love Muffy. I love the goth sheep. She's great. There's a new sheep that was in New Horizons. His name starts with a D. And he's like a jock, but he's he's got like crying eyes. New Horizons sheep. Dom. That's it. Like, this is a jock. That's a jock. But yeah, Muffy. Love her. Love her design. Love her vibe. She was my first big sister villager in thing. Fuck, what's her name again? Frida. Yes, I had Frida. She was cute. Yeah.
There's too much action and excitement right here.
Sheep are some of the better villagers. Hot take. But yeah, if I had to pick, like, Muffy, Teddy is probably one of my favorite bears, because he's just like the most bear you can bear. You know, most of the animals that you get in your Animal Crossing village are just very much like, this is an animal, but it's like in a pretty color or whatever, or there's something unique or distinctive about their design. Teddy is just a bear. He's just a big bear, and I love him. I also love Puck. Puck is a pink penguin who wears a hockey jersey and has a hockey helmet. And you might think, oh, he loves hockey then. He must be a jock. No, he's what's the stupid one? I don't want to just call them stupid. But they're a little airheaded and they love food. I have a soft spot for Puck because I just think he's cute. And I love hockey. Lazy. Thank you. Alright, one more. That was rough. That didn't count as a real match.
This isn't the last we'll see of this. Looks like the ring is moving again.
I always tried to make sure that I had one of every villager. I think one of my favorite villagers was the flamingo girl. She was very cute. Like, aside from childhood attachment to specific villagers from the older games, once you realize that there's only, like, 6 personality types, like, you know, it doesn't matter. It's about as many of the... Your village just ends up being, like, whatever different types you can handle mentally. How many lines of dialogue you can handle repeating every day.
Keep holding, Rumblers. We're setting up all of the premier loot drops for you now.
But I totally get the attachment to a design or a villager, especially in the older games, because, like, a bunch of Animal Crossing fans have pointed out to me, in, like, the GameCube version, people were assholes to you until you genuinely became their friends.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
So, like, if you worked for a friendship with, I don't know, Genji, like, I could see why you have the attachment that you do, you know? We're gonna go in the sewer.
greatness is upon us. Can you feel it? It's like a hot desert wind.
I guess my only worry with doing a dedicated Animal Crossing stream is, like, aside from a little bit of time travel here or there, which I might do just to make things run a bit smoother, it would have to be a stream I do daily. And they couldn't be very long, because it would basically just be me doing events. Like, holiday events, or, you know, fishing, bug catching competition. Hit my rocks, hit my rocks, dig my fossils. I don't know if it would make for the best streaming experience. It's not quite the same thing as, like, you know, doing MMO dailies. a bit more tedious than an MMO daily.
It's that time already. The ring's closing now. It can move pretty quick, so the contestants have to react fast if they want to stay in the competition.
If I was gonna do something like that, I might do a Sims, but Kiki's already done the Sims stream, so I don't want to steal her thunder. Got the GameCube one. Yeah, my very first one was New Leaf. There was an ex I dated who insisted that we buy 3DSs and play Animal Crossing together. Bear in mind, this was around, like, 2015. So it's not like the 3DS was out the door, but it was definitely nearing the end of its life cycle. I ended up getting a couple of, like, discount games for it. But I didn't really play a ton of my 3DS until I met Catnipped. Because she got me into Monster Hunter. I also tried to play Sun and Moon. And I never beat it and just gave up on it. Same with Sword and Shield. I mean, like, I beat the main story, but I never did the post-game stuff where you fight the dudes with funny hair and actually catch the legendary dog. I'm not, like, the biggest Pokemon guy. Might surprise people, because I'm a furry, but...
On your feet, the ring's shrinking.
Like, I played a lot of Ruby and Sapphire growing up, but that's also because I was, you know, in 4th grade. And you could fit a Game Boy Advance SP under your desk in school.
The contestants had better be careful if they don't want to get clobbered by one of those crates coming down.
I just started playing Ultra Sun. How is that? I've not messed too much with... I only played the original Sun and Moon. I never played the Ultras. So I'm not sure what changes happened between the two. Just gonna let those guys fight. While I scrounge for scraps like a rat.
The ring is closing in. Let's see how our competitors react.
I do have a lot of, like, I think just in general, even though I didn't play a ton of games on it, I do really like the 3DS generation. Though I admittedly prefer the DS to the 3DS, but that's because I played a lot more DS games. There was almost a charm to the DS, because, you know, like, the 3DS definitely captured it a lot better. But the fact that, like, you know, the Nintendo DS, the Gen 1 DS, was, like, a Nintendo 64 you could fit in your pocket. That was mind-blowing to me. Playing Super Mario 64 DS changed my life. Honestly, the game I have the most fond memories for has got to be Phantom Hourglass, even though it was a bad Zelda. I don't think that's a controversial statement. It's not a great Zelda game. Oh, sumo slap. I have the most fondness playing it. That and Tetris. I remember playing a lot of Tetris DS. Ooh, shit. Okay. Can I eat this chicken and cut back in the ring? Yes. No? Okay. Damn. Okay. Either I'm lagging or they're lagging. I'll just eat a chicken. I think they disconnected. I'm just gonna go. Jesus. Just both of these big men coming to grab me. Ah, dang. Almost got to the last circle. No wins this week. But, hey, we'll see. I'm going to call it, though, because I think I'm coming down with something, and I should take care of that. It's nothing. It feels like a cold. I'm just very tired and sniffly. But, hey. I'll make sure to update everybody on Twitter and Discord as to what's happening with my situation. Definitely going to be some updates. It is. A big grabby mana is my weakness, absolutely. I've got a friend right now who is live. A friend who is not only...
That does hurt a little.
A friend who's not only the artist who is responsible for this wonderful goat man you see before you, he's also debuting a brand new model. So this is Hatchet super cool person, streaming with somebody named OP Violet, who also has a new Splatoon-themed model. So they're going to be doing some Splatfest stuff, while I do some Splatfest stuff. However, they're on Team Gear, which I don't blame them for. But, hey, happens. Anyway, I'm going to take care of myself. I love you guys, and you better have a good night, or else. I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.